From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colberth.
Good Wednesday morning. It is truly a big weather Wednesday as we are tracking winds, snow, a flood threat, and blizzard-like conditions up in the Cascades for this morning. Here's a current look at where wind gusts stand right now, and these are unofficial gusts, but earlier this morning, we did get some reports of gusts up around like 80 to 100 miles per hour in the Cascades. Got an official report of a gust of 81 miles per hour earlier this morning in Pendleton. So yeah, blizzard-like conditions this morning for White Pass, for Snoqualmie Pass, even though technically there aren't any chain requirements out there for this morning. But me personally, I would not want to be going over the pass for this morning. Current temperatures 40s and 50s for lower elevations. We're seeing 20s and 30s up in the mountains. And again, the snowfall, not too impressive for the time being, but you factor in those winds and visibilities are very low, if not zero this morning for the Cascades. Take it back to the Tri-Cities. If you can look past the winds, it's actually going to be a decent day, lots of sunshine, high temperatures still above average for this time of the year. So 40s and 50s for today. For lower elevations, obviously the big story going to be the winds. I'll talk about that at length coming up on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
Straight ahead on Good Morning Northwest, emergency officials have been busy assessing flood damage, but they're also busy preparing for the possibility of more. We have what you need to know coming up.
But first, Yakima County reports its first flu death of the 2025 season. We have what health district officials are advising the public to do.
Also coming up, a local in West Richland who was struggling to sell her home after squatters had been occupying it for the last 2 years. We have a look inside that home and why the homeowner is calling for change. It's all on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest, on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Wednesday, December 17th. And we are seeing some wild wind out there this morning.
Howling out there. It sounds like Santa's coming down right now.
I don't know what's happening out there.
Like somebody's out there.
I know, it's crazy. Ooh. So yeah, I know the situation outside my home right now is not great.
Oh, with your
there was already a tree down when I left.
It's probably you know, halfway across the other street.
Probably.
Well, Josh will have more on this weather later on in the newscast, but we want to start your top stories off with health news out of Yakima County, where it's reported its first flu-related death of the 2025 season.
Yakima Health District now urging everyone to get their flu shots. Officials say the person who passed away earlier this month from flu was over 65 years old and did have underlying health conditions.
While flu activity statewide is still considered minimal, cases in Yakima have been on the rise since early November. Health officials recommend the vaccine for anybody older than 6 months. And now to continuing coverage on the flooding across the region. Benton County emergency officials are currently assessing the damage, and they're also preparing for the possibility of more high water this week. Apple Valley News Now's William Albert spoke with officials about what residents can expect and also what to prepare for.
Last week, parts of Richland, West Richland, and Benton City were hit by flooding after the Yakima River reached historic 30-year high water levels, pushing the area into major flood stage on Saturday. In response, the American Red Cross opened an emergency shelter at Central Church in Richland, while Benton County Emergency Management coordinated with local first responders throughout the flooding.
More densely populated and heavily impacted was the Beach RV area in Benton City. So very close to the Yakima River, and they were dramatically impacted. They actually were under evacuation requests for that area.
Davis says that since the flooding has calmed down, Benton County Emergency Management is now in the documentation phase, collecting information from residents and businesses about damage caused by the flooding.
We document the damage that is there, and we submit that to our state agencies and hopes to paint the picture of what our community just went through. What are the impacts to our to some businesses and homes within that area?
She says that there's a very short window to collect that data.
Yeah, well, we have a really short turnaround time from a high-end preliminary assessment. So we will be looking at overhead footage from the overall area of where we see water, and we will be submitting preliminary, very preliminary numbers to the state.
And early estimates already show significant impacts.
We have estimated around 50 homes, plus the Beach RV area, which I believe has about 110 spots available there. So there's some significant numbers that we're looking at. Whether each of those residents that we're seeing took on substantial amounts of water, we don't know that until we vet that damage assessment process further.
Benton County emergency management officials tell me that they are still working very hard to figure out the full scope of damage done during last week's floods to folks' property here in the Tri-Cities area. However, they tell me that we are still very much in flood danger in the coming weeks.
With the potential weather systems that are coming through, we are looking at possibly reaching flood stage again by Thursday.
Benton County Emergency Management says crews are staying prepared for additional flooding while also working to determine whether the area may qualify for FEMA assistance. In Richland, William Albert, Apple Valley News Now.
And if you or someone you know is impacted by the flooding, go to applevalleynewsnow.com for information on how to get damage assessment forms.
6:05 now to Richland, where an emergency shelter is open as a part of the Red Cross's response to local flooding. Red Cross opened the evacuation shelter at Central Church. As river levels climb, they are offering a safe place for anyone affected by the flooding. People can stop by for a hot meal, for a place to rest, or even just charge their phone. And also get connected with other resources as conditions continue to change. They say pets are welcome as well. Red Cross officials say it is about community helping community.
Our preference really, though, is that people make donations of the financial sort, because that really helps us not only in the immediate but in the long term, because this will be a long-term recovery process.
Now, the shelter is open to anyone impacted, even if they don't need a place to stay overnight. Officials say needs can shift quickly as water levels change, and they're working closely with local and state partners to adjust their response. So this is located at the Central Church. That's 1124 Stevens Drive. Shelter's open 24 hours, and for the latest shelter information, you can visit our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. 6:06 now to a follow-up on a story that we first brought to you back in October. You may remember there was a woman in West Richland struggling to sell her late mother's home. Well, she says she has now finally found a buyer.
Now, this comes after unwelcome family members occupied the house for over 2 years. Apple Valley News Now's Caleb Stipkovitz shows us what the inside of the house looked like after the unwanted residents left. Also, why the homeowner is calling for change.
Jill Dixon says she's relieved to have sold this West Richland property, but it didn't come without a hefty cost. She says that with unwelcome family members occupying the house without paying rent or bills, it became impossible for her to sell it at her asking price of over $425,000 because a buyer would have to evict the current residents. And after lowering her asking price several times, Dixon finally found a buyer, but she says she had to sell the home for close to half of what it's worth.
It was easier for me to sell the house to a new person, because that new person that bought it would be able to trespass her and have more rights than I would as the homeowner executor.
After closing the deal with the buyer, Dixon says she got a chance to step into her late mother's home for the first time in years. And although it's all cleaned up now, Dixon says there was a huge mess left behind when she first gained access to the house.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Dixon says she found dirty bathrooms, mattresses, and boxes of junk, and dog and cat poop all over the house and the backyard.
Part of my purchase agreement with this person was to give me closure and let me go in the house and see if they were going to leave anything behind, because my mom's belongings were all in there.
Dixon says she also found several appliances missing, which she says her family members sold before moving out. Now, about a week after stepping into her mother's old home, Dixon says she believes change needs to be made to make sure this doesn't happen again.
Probably that night that I saw the house, I cried all night. Not because of the money, because, you know, that was my mom's house. And she, as a single woman, had worked her entire life and was proud of that.
She says that as the new year starts, she hopes to talk to legislators to see if anything can be done to change the laws. And according to Dixon, the new homebuyer is looking to resell the house once it's all cleaned up. Reporting from West Richland, Caleb Stipkovitz, Apple Valley News Now.
And our team previously sent a news crew to the house to try and talk with the family members living there, but nobody answered the door.
And if you want to see our previous coverage on the story, you can head to our website, applevalleynewsnow.com. 6:09 taking you to Pasco now, where a retired veteran is taking his message about the city's water supply straight to the council, and he's doing it with music.
David Coho showed up at a recent Pasco City Council meeting carrying a banjo and a music stand. He performed an original song protesting the council's vote to stop adding fluoride to city water.
He says the council's decision ignored decades of scientific research and could lead to more cavities and missed school days for children, especially in low-income communities.
As disappointing as the 4-2 vote was to remove fluoride, I was even more disappointed to learn the bad faith and low information way our council works. Ignore public comment, ignore the citizen survey, ignore decades of established science and public health, act in a way that directly harms the people in our community.
The council voted 4-2 on November 17th to stop fluoridation after a tie and the absence of a member.
While a city survey showed a slight majority favored keeping fluoride, council members say public opinion was almost evenly split. A message that will be remembered, I'm sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Catchy tune. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. New footage released of a person of interest in connection to the deadly shooting at Brown University. What police say the suspect was doing before the incident. That's coming up in your national headlines.
But first, our chief meteorologist Josh Colbreth will have your first alert weather forecast. Keep it here. Good Morning Northwest. We'll be right back.
If you have an injury claim and are considering a settlement with the insurance company, make sure you're compensated for every element of damage you're entitled to. This holiday message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
Every day begins with a welcome and a promise to walk with each patient on their path to recovery. From medical care to counseling, group healing to quiet reflection, our team is here every step of the way. Recovery includes movement, connection, and care. Because recovery isn't just possible, it's happening here every single day.
Everyone's gearing up for the holidays. The best friend. So happy together. And the first timer. The neighborhood hero. And the out-of-towners. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Red Tag. Well-qualified buyers can get 0% financing on this Silverado with over $7,900 total value. Plus, Costco executive members can get a $12.50 members-only incentive.
You didn't start your business to deal with banking headaches or get lost in automated systems that don't understand your unique needs. At Bank CDA, we help commercial and small business owners secure the funding they need to grow with a local bank that actually listens. We've helped numerous businesses in the Inland Northwest secure funding that aligned with their unique goals, from new equipment purchases to complete business expansions. Don't let banking slow down your growth. Apply today for a commercial or small business loan from Bank CDA.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
From our family at Scott Smith State Farm, serving the Tri-Cities for over 15 years with our 2 locations in Kennewick and 1 in Yakima. We wish you joy, peace, and prosperity this holiday season. Merry Christmas from all of us at Scott Smith State Farm.
If you have an injury claim and are considering a settlement with the insurance company, make sure you're compensated for every element of damage you're entitled to. This holiday message is brought to you by Allen Brecky Law Offices.
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. I'm going to read something here directly from my phone. This is from the WashDOT website. US 12 at White Pass is closed due to hazardous conditions, high winds, and numerous fallen trees over the highway. Eastbound traffic is stopped at Packwood, milepost 135, and westbound traffic is stopped at the Oak Creek feeding station at milepost 183. So again, US 12 at White Pass closed due to blizzard-like conditions, and it's the winds doing the heavy lifting for this morning. Here's a current look at unofficial wind gusts right now. Just kind of gives you a comprehensive look at where we're at, and still definitely seeing wind gusts that are around that damaging threshold. Typically, damaging winds occur around 55, 60 miles per hour and greater. So we put this into motion throughout the rest of the day, and it's good news, bad news. The good news is that I think the peak is happening right now, so we will calm things down throughout the rest of the day. The bad news is that it's going to be a very incremental calming down process. So even by lunchtime, still seeing gusts up around 55 miles per hour for Salish Pass, but it does look like eventually we do get some relief as we head into the afternoon and the evening. But we have more breezy / windy days ahead of us. It's just not going to look like all the drama that we're seeing for this morning. Of course, you can see hour by hour wind gusts for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. Wind gusts for this morning, just kind of summation in general between 45 to 55 miles per hour, but we've seen some gusts that have been much stronger than that. So we got the winds and we got the snow, feet of it on the way for a Cascade Pass. So I'll talk about that coming up in a few minutes.
At 6:15 in your national headlines this morning, authorities are still on the hunt for the perpetrator of the deadly mass shooting at Brown University. Saturday's shooting left 2 students dead, 9 others injured at the Ivy League school in Providence, Rhode Island. Just yesterday, authorities releasing some new enhanced video of a person of interest. Officials believe the individual was, quote, casing the area ahead of the deadly incident. Micah Yoshida brings us the very latest on the investigation.
It's deeply sad and tragic that schools across the country are targets of violence. Brown is no exception.
New video released by Providence Police provides a zoomed-in look on the person of interest in Saturday's deadly mass shooting at Brown University.
You want to focus on the body movements, the way the person moved their arms, the body posture.
Officials are urging anyone who recognizes this person, even by the way they carry their weight, to call police.
Once we identify who this person is, I believe we'll be able to locate him. It's very hard to hide in this country.
Classes and exams have been canceled as the community remains on high alert. But the mayor says
there is no credible, actionable, specific threat that has occurred since Saturday.
Brown University's president says more security was placed on university grounds, as it does remain open with many students living on campus.
I was on campus walking around and I couldn't turn around without seeing a security person. So we will continue that for as long as we think it's necessary.
As for the shooting survivors, Rhode Island Hospital's chief medical officer says 1 victim remains in critical condition and 6 others are in various stable conditions.
As the event evolved and we saw the numbers, we were more than capable of handling all of them at Rhode Island Hospital.
Dr. Roy says 2 shooting victims were discharged from the hospital. In Providence, Rhode Island, I'm Michael Yoshida.
A $50,000 reward has been offered in the case. Police say they've received more than 200 tips so far during their investigation. We'll, of course, keep you updated. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth will be back with a look at your first alert forecast. You see that camera shaking. This is our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. Winds are howling out there. Not only is he going to break down the forecast for winds, but also what you can expect with your road conditions as you head out the door as well. We're back after the break.
From Apple Valley News Now, this is Medically Speaking.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus where we feel like we're a one-stop shop. Primary care is everything that you do here at the Pacific Clinic. We really focus on preemptive care. And what that means to us is going out and playing tennis and working on that proprioception, that balance, that social aspect, flexibility, all those things.
Living an active lifestyle is extremely important to our health. Research shows that just by incorporating exercise into our daily lives, we can reduce our risk of cardiovascular disease by 50%. So cutting your risk in half is amazing. And just by incorporating regular exercise, we add years to our life.
Stress is the primary reason why living an active lifestyle is so important, because it reduces stress. Stress brings on anxiety, depression, all of the things that we don't want to feel.
So there's some really good benefits to cold therapy, specifically with regards to neurotransmitters. What's important about those neurotransmitters is when they go up, it improves your mood. And so it's become a really good treatment option for depression. And as far as the hot therapy, things like a sauna are really good at preventing cardiovascular disease, Alzheimer's disease, and even some respiratory diseases. I would recommend that folks take advantage of all the services we have to offer here at the clinic. You can make significant strides toward improving your health by utilizing all that we have to offer.
Hey, looks like I've decided to do nothing again. It's worked so far, except I still don't have a car.
Now's the time. The final countdown is almost over. Do nothing and you get nothing. Or come in, take advantage of incredible year-end deals, and drive into the new year in a vehicle you'll love. It's the easy way home, your way home. Find your deal at McCurley Honda.
McCurley, here I come.
When a chaotic police chase ended at the Tri-Cities Airport, only Apple Valley News Now was there.
Austin Reed out here live.
Live on our Facebook page.
Police told me this is fentanyl.
Then later reported on our evening shows. Apple Valley News Now, first with breaking news.
Next live, Kate Hudson from Song Sung Blue. Plus Walker Scobell from Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Let's go do the impossible.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now. Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Just wanted to talk about this again. U.S. Highway 12 closed at White Pass from milepost 135 to 183. That would be Packwood to the Oak Creek feeding station. And this is due to high winds and numerous fallen trees over the roadway. So we'll continue to keep you updated on that. And unfortunately, it's just going to get worse for our Cascade passes. Now, the winds will eventually calm down. That's definitely going to be a big lift. But in terms of the snow, we have multiple feet to go. Multiple storm systems lined up in the Pacific, so that's going to bring us one round of rain and snow after the other. You see the snow output this morning in the Cascades not looking too impressive, but once you factor in the winds, that's when you get those blizzard-like conditions. So we put this into motion with Futurecast radar, and you'll see all throughout the day, just going to be this constant onslaught of snow showers up in the Cascades. And then as we head into the late evening hours, more so into the wee hours of the morning for Thursday, that next big blast of rain and snow, and it's going to look like a mess all over the place for tomorrow. And snow levels will come up temporarily. That could also provide a little bit of a lift to conditions for our passes, but then very quickly they'll fall back down. And that's going to make our passes look not fantastic into Friday morning. So multiple rounds of drama to go. Here are the snowfall totals we're expecting from this morning through 4 p.m. on Saturday. Another 12 to 28 inches of snow for our Cascade passes, 5 inches for I-84, 14 inches for Oregon 204. And again, that just gets us through 4 p.m. on Saturday. 4 p.m. on Saturday to 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Maybe another 15 to 16 inches of snow for White Pass and for Snoqualmie Pass. So if you have to travel over the passes, especially to the west side over this next week, have the tire chains, have the winter safety kit ready to go. Also, we'll touch on this very quickly. Minor river flooding now in the forecast for Natchez and for the Yakima River at Kiona. For Natchez, this goes until 4 a.m. tomorrow. A little bit downstream for Kiona. This will go from 4 a.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. on Sunday. You can read about all those impacts online at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Here's a 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Damaging wind gusts possible this morning, then rain likely again into tomorrow. For Yakima, some snow possibly mixing in tomorrow, then maybe a few patches of freezing rain Friday morning. For Ellensburg, high winds Wednesday, then chances for rain snow mix Thursday through Monday. Accumulation should be less than an inch. And then for Hermiston, damaging winds possible this morning. Then the forecast stays active and trends cooler. And finally, for Walla Walla, high winds today, leftover breezes tomorrow and Friday, and rain chances that just won't go away.
Thanks, Josh. Still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, a strange scene unfolding at a Washington state port. A creepy boat floating by in the dark, leaving workers and us scratching our heads. We have this spooky story coming up after the break.
It's time to celebrate the season of giving with friends and family pricing at Walker's Furniture. Save big store-wide, plus get 5 years special financing with no money down.
Merry Christmas!
Have you heard about refractive lens exchange? K2 Vision RLE means no glasses, no contacts, and no readers permanently. And you'll never develop a cataract.
No glasses or readers. K2 Vision RLE.
Deliver joy with Northern Quest gift cards. Good for dining, shopping, hotel stays, and more. It's what's on everyone's wish list this holiday season. So choose their favorite venue or their favorite color, because the Maslow's gift card will give a great Larive massage too. Available online or at Northern Quest, Kalispell Golf and Country Club, or Kalispell Casino. Snag a limited edition holiday card today at Northern Quest. Gift cards at northernquest.com.
Board-certified gastroenterologist Dr. Amber Sharon is now seeing patients at Prosser Digestive Health Center. Dr. Sharon provides upper endoscopy, colonoscopy, and specializes in women's digestive health. Get expert, compassionate care close to home. Call Prosser Digestive Health Center at 509-786-5599 to schedule, or learn more at prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Want your home or business to remain clean? Here to meet all your janitorial needs, R&S Janitorial Services. They have serviced the Valley for over 20 years, specialized in cleaning all offices and businesses to warehouses, commercial buildings, and more. R&S keeps the inside of your business or workplace clean and professional at all times. You keep doing what you do best and let R&S do the rest. Call R&S Janitorial Services at 509-840-7100 today.
Stay warm now and pay later. Upgrade your HVAC system today and take advantage of $2,000 in federal tax credits. That's right, you could get up to $5,750 in total savings. This winter, don't leave it to chance. Call Vance. Vance Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electric.
It's time to celebrate the season of giving with friends and family pricing at Walker's Furniture. Save big store-wide, plus get 5 years special financing with no money down.
Merry Christmas!
From our family to yours, happy holidays.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Check this out now. It was a strange scene unfolding at a Washington State port.
A creepy and crewless ghost boat was spotted floating by in the dark, leaving waterfront workers scratching their heads.
Jeremy Roth has the story in today's Take a Look at This.
A haunting sight caught on camera in the Pacific Northwest as a creepy, darkened ship mysteriously floated into a ferry terminal in Washington State with no crew at the helm. Video shared by Washington State Ferries shows the unmanned 100-foot ship floating past the Puget Sound's Mukilteo terminal, illuminated only by an approaching ferry's spotlight. Officials with the agency were quick to nickname the strange ship the Ghost Boat, a possible reference to Ghost Ship, a 2002 horror flick about a creepy, crewless boat loaded with all sorts of haunting hijinks. You don't remember the movie Ghost Ship? It's alright, nobody does. As for the weird Washington ship, according to local reporting, the U.S. Coast Guard spoiled all the ghostly fun, saying the vessel was one of 3 boats that had broken free from their moorings in Everett, and this one floated all the way up the Puget Sound before being corralled. Speaking of strange sights, here's one that officials in Cleveland, Ohio say hasn't been seen in their neck of the woods in more than a century. A fisher, a tree-climbing predator related to the weasel, was spotted on a Metro Parks trail camera and confirmed by their wildlife ecologist, who said this is the first sighting of the species in Cuyahoga County since it disappeared in the 1800s, likely as a result of loss of habitat. Finally, in the vein of am I seeing things, is everyone else seeing a sign that says free weed? That's exactly what police in Auburn, California say someone left, along with mason jars full of marijuana, outside of a high school. Officers quickly confiscated and disposed of the nifty green gifties, saying a big box of weed is not the way to spread holiday cheer. Some social media users disagreed, lamenting the fire sale shutdown. Take a look at this. I'm Jeremy Roth.
Nothing surprises me anymore. That was out of Washington. That was in Auburn on the west side.
Did it somehow get away, or was it the Flying Dutchman? We don't know.
I'll tell you what, the state of Washington is on one this December.
Seriously.
Yeah, this month with everything
wild
going on.
Times out there.
And that guy missed that deal at the end there.
The free weed. Bummer, dude.
Next time.
Yeah, next time. So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A cafe raising money for those looking to rebuild their lives, and officials say they picked the perfect spot to do it. We have the reason why and a look inside the cafe coming up in your 6:30 half hour.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes, it's the Educated Cigar.
There's no place like home for the holidays.
And there's no better time to save on furniture and mattresses than right now during Walker's Friends and Family Sale.
Get the furniture you like at the prices you'll love, with some clearance items up to 70% off.
Plus, take advantage of 5-year special financing with no money down.
And remember, Walker's is where
quality just costs less.
More family to yours. Merry Christmas!
Board-certified orthopedic surgeon and sports medicine specialist, Dr. Tegan Goodell, is now caring for patients in Prosser and Walla Walla. Dr. Goodell provides advanced care in orthopedic surgery and sports medicine injuries, including surgery of the shoulder, elbow, knee, and ankle. Get back to doing what you love. Call Prosser Orthopedic Center at 509-786-5599 or visit prosserhealth.org. Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Welcome to Nob Hill Casino, your premier gaming destination. Experience the thrill of a Vegas-style casino featuring the friendliest dealers in town. Join our Players Club and unlock exclusive rewards every time you play. Challenge your skills at our 16-lane bowling alley. Unwind with a drink at our cozy bar or enjoy breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Last Frontier. The ultimate entertainment experience has something for everyone. Nob Hill Casino, where locals come to win.
Everyone deserves to be connected. Big cities, small towns, everywhere in between. And staying connected shouldn't break the bank. That's why T-Mobile and US Cellular have joined forces. The best network just got bigger. And we're combining it with the local service you know and trust. Join now and save up to 20% versus Verizon.
Save now on everything you need for Christmas with Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Save in the bonus zone on Montana Silversmiths jewelry. It's all 30% off. Find North Star faux fur or micro plush heated throws for just $39.99. Select Hickory Farms gift sets are 20% off. Tillamook bag jerky is sale priced at $9.99. And find select Christmas indoor and outdoor decor at up to 50% off. Save now at employee-owned Bi-Mart.
Wrap up the holiday season with your Tri-City Americans. The Ants take on the Portland Winterhawks on Saturday, December 27th at 6:05 p.m. Then it's Wednesday, December 31st for our New Year's Eve rivalry game against the Spokane Chiefs at 6:05. Grab your tickets at the Toyota Center box office or Ticketmaster.com.
Judy Justice.
And I'm just getting started.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Wednesday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
The wind.
Howling.
Yes.
Loud. The wind.
Yes.
And not just loud and howling, but also creating some pretty dangerous road conditions as well. Highway 12 already seeing impacts from flooding. Now we're seeing some downed trees, you were saying? Yeah, we're seeing that closure in Natchez at milepost 190 due to the flooding, but also from, I don't want to say the milepost, but it's from Packwood to the Oak feeding station, I believe. Yes, that is closed due to hazardous conditions. There are down trees on US Highway 12. Also, we have a little smattering of some power outages out there.
Yeah, Washington's on one, like you said.
On one for sure, this state. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's take a look at those big weather stories. Damaging wind gusts, snow, blizzard-like conditions up in the Cascades, and for once, it looks like the river flooding story, at least for now, going to kind of take a backseat to some of the other stuff that is happening for this morning. For now, we're going to hone in on the wind gusts out there. And here's another look. I forgot I had this graphic queued up. I could have just read it. But milepost 135 to 183, Packwood to the Oak. It's the Oak Creek feeding station. And again, this is due to high winds and numerous fallen trees over the highway. Okay. Here's a current look at wind gusts right now, and you see this is the unofficial look, but it is still quite windy out there. Now, the good news is that we're at the peak of this, so we will see things calming down throughout the course of the day, but it's going to be a very gradual calm down. And of course, you can see hour by hour wind gusts for your exact home address by downloading the Apple Valley News Now First Alert weather app free in the App Store or on Google Play. By 5 p.m., it's going to be a lot less dramatic than what we were seeing at 5 a.m. Okay, we will talk about the river flooding in addition to some other things coming up a little bit later in the show.
6:34, and we do start this half hour with some breaking news. New information just coming into the newsroom this morning. We're learning that Representative Dan Newhouse has announced that he will not be seeking re-election next year. According to a press release just coming into the newsroom, he says the decision comes with no reservations or remorse, only gratitude for the opportunity. Newhouse has served as representative for Washington's 4th Congressional District since 2015 and has had over 25 years of experience in public service. He says he's looking forward to this new chapter, and he will continue to serve the community. But again, just announcing moments ago, he will not be seeking re-election in 2026.
6:34 and making a difference in Kennewick now. A new place is opening up that offers more than just coffee. It offers hope and a real chance at recovery for those who are rebuilding their lives. Recovery Cafe Benton, located at 925 South Auburn Street, and it was strategically chosen to be at the specific spot. It's across from a new recovery center, one that provides detox and crisis stabilization services. This cafe is designed to be a supportive hub where people can reconnect socially and emotionally after treatment, and it's a place that helps break the cycle of relapse by offering community and services focused on behavioral health and life skills, things like employment and housing.
It's such a need here in our community. So many individuals in our community suffer either from homelessness, having nowhere to go, or not having the ability to meet with somebody, to actually meet them where they are and connect them to that services. Though we won't be able to overcome all of those barriers, we will be able to make a great impact here in our community.
Recovery Cafe Benton is open from 10 in the morning to 4 p.m. Monday through Friday, with plans to expand hours soon.
The co-founder of the Recovery Cafe Benton is helping plan an event to help raise funds for the nonprofit. That event is in partnership with the Northwest Kickboxing League. The co-founder will be participating in a match with the hope of spreading awareness of the cafe and raising funds. The event's on December 29th at the Pasco Hapo Center. Doors open at 7 p.m., event wrapping up around 10:30, and all the funds will go directly to the cafe's scholarship program.
What inspired us to do that, again, it materialized in June. The agency that hosts the event, ET Promotions, I reached out to them. I was like, hey, again, here's this crazy idea, but we have the Recovery Cafe coming. Could I partner with you guys to raise awareness for this? And they earnestly accepted what that idea was.
The co-founder says that this event is all about fighting for recovery. The cafe also accepts volunteers daily for anyone looking to lend a helping hand.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, the Southridge boys basketball team has tipped their season off, and the team is ready to make the next step. We have how they plan on doing that, talking local sports after the break.
Happy holidays from Apple Valley News Now.
Are you suffering with constant agonizing knee pain? Have you been told that you have arthritis or are bone on bone? Is knee pain making simple activities like walking stairs or kneeling impossible? If this sounds familiar, the next 60 seconds could change your life. Do not let knee pain control your life any longer. Our powerful program addresses the underlying causes of knee pain without masking symptoms. There is no use of drugs, injections, or surgery. Do not miss this opportunity. Call now to see if we can help. If you qualify for care, day one we will perform a trial treatment. Please listen carefully. You will know by the end of the first visit whether or not we can help you. Do not hesitate. Call now. You don't need to suffer any longer. Call right now to see if you qualify for our program that has transformed thousands of lives. Call before it's too late and take the first step towards the knee pain relief you deserve.
Life. It's a crazy thing when you think about it. It's either about making memories or remembering those moments that matter most. Broadmoor RV has been serving families and its community in the Pacific Northwest for over 20 years. From travel trailers to toy haulers, truck campers, motorhomes, and fifth wheels, we have what you need to start creating memories with the ones you love. So get out there and make those memories last a lifetime. Broadmoor RV. We make camping fun.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. for 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the Educated Cigar.
Some know it as prime rib. Officially, it's called a ribeye roast. We call ours divine. Tender, mouth-watering Hereford beef, aged to perfection for 5 weeks and never frozen. Oven ready and easy. Divine beef ribeye roast, tied and seasoned at your request. Reserve yours now, exclusively at Yolk's Fresh Markets.
You're invited to our Christmas light show.
You feel that? Feeling Purdy packing presents for the red and gold. Feeling Jonathan Taylor and the Colts trying to charge down the stretch.
It's the most wonderful time of the year.
49ers, Colts, Monday Night Football at 5 on Apple Valley News Now.
Next live, Kate Hudson from Song Sung Blue, plus Walker Scobell from Percy Jackson and the Olympians.
Let's go do the impossible.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. Again, just for good measure, continuing to talk about that closure at U.S. Highway 12. Milepost 135 to 183, Packwood to the Oak Creek feeding station because of high winds and numerous fallen trees over the roadway. Okay, we pivot from that to talking about this, something that for once is actually a little bit more tame. Just going with minor river flooding now from this morning through Sunday morning. So remember, yesterday the forecast suggested moderate flood stage for the Natchez River at Natchez. Now just going with the minor flood stage for that little stretch of the Natchez River and then for the Yakima River at Kiona. So that time frame. Well, let's take a deeper dive into some of these impacts. For the Natchez River near Natchez, the minor flooding would last through 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. There will be minor flooding near Natchez, Eschbach Park, Painted Rock, and the north end of Yakima per the NWS Pendleton official river forecast. That same forecast for the Yakima River near Kiona, that time frame will be 4 a.m. on Friday to 4 a.m. on Sunday. There will be minor flooding of pastures and roads adjacent to the river, especially in low-lying areas of West Richland that were just impacted this past weekend. But again, we're not expecting these impacts to be nearly as severe as the impacts we saw from last week, at least from the river flooding. Okay, we'll talk very briefly about temperatures. We've kind of had to triage this morning, but 40s and 50s for the high temperatures for today, but starting to trend much more seasonal into Christmas week as we'll be back down into the 40s, even some mid 40s in the Tri-Cities, which is what you would typically expect for this time of the year. Okay, we also have much more snow to talk about in the Cascades, and I'll talk about it coming up in a few minutes.
Thank you, Josh. Talking sports now, the Southridge boys basketball team has tipped their season off with a 2-1 start.
Yeah, looking to continue to grow their team from last year. They return a good portion of their rotation. Despite the team being slightly undersized, they believe they can still compete in a tough conference. For senior Nick Williamson, his goal is to do whatever the team needs him to do.
I just want to contribute to the team as much as I can, score the ball at a high rate, get a lot of rebounds, pass the ball well. But at the end of the day, it's a lot about winning. Whatever the team needs to do, whatever the team needs in a certain game, I'm going to do that just to win and just to go out there and compete.
Up next for Southridge is a tough one as they take on the second-ranked team in the state, the Richland Bombers. And I know who you'll be rooting for.
Oh, the Bombers, for sure. Yeah,
well,
go Bombers.
I hope both teams have fun.
Yes, go sports, right?
Yeah.
All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning, and giving you a live and shaky look outside from our Bi-Mark camera in Yakima. The winds
are winding
today for sure. Whew. Yeah, Josh is going to break down your forecast, let you know what to expect as you head out the door wind-wise, and also if you're making your way through the mountain passes, do expect some snow and blustery conditions there as well. He's going to break it all down for you coming up.
At
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
Cle Elum offers something special in every season.
An absolute adventure. Every single day is different. It's that sense of community, I would say, that really drives us. It's why we want to live here. It's what we love the most about being here.
It's a really beautiful small town with mountains and everything you ever want to do or adventure.
There are a lot of great restaurants, a few wineries. There's a lot to do and see here. Cheers to Cle Elum.
Learn more at centralwashingtonoutdoor.com.
During winter months, do you sleep too much? Feel listless, sad, or down? You could suffer from seasonal affective disorder. Find out ways to fight back at applevalleynewsnow.com.
Seasonal Affective Disorder Month, sponsored by Prosser Memorial Health. This is how we care.
Hi, this is Sabrina.
Hi, this is Chad.
This is Michelle. I'm calling from Hapo Community Credit Union here in Richland. Your friend Heather nominated you to be part of our December to Remember program.
That's really awesome. Wow. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I wanted to let you know that we did pick Mom as one of our families for December to Remember.
Thank you guys so much. That's so awesome. That's such a blessing.
So what this means for you and your family is that we have a team of HAPO employees that have been diligently fundraising to provide gifts to you and your family this holiday season.
It means a lot. I work really hard, and it's just me and my daughter. Her birthday is 4 days before Christmas, so it's always a stressful time of the year. I've been battling stage 3 cancer for the last year and a half now, so.
We're looking forward to being a part of your Christmas story this year.
Well, thank you.
Have a great day, and I hope Mom has a good surgery, okay?
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Christmas is fast approaching, and Honey Baked Ham has exactly what your family gathering needs. Pick up one of our famous fully cooked spiral hams dripping with our delicious glaze. And don't worry, we also have whole turkeys and whole turkey breasts. Don't forget, Honey Baked Ham makes a perfect holiday gift. Complete your feast with our incredible sides and delicious desserts. So many choices! Honey Baked Ham on Columbia Center Boulevard, or call us at 509-579-5855. Put Honey Baked Ham on your table this year.
If your group or organization would like to receive job postings, contact our Human Resources Department, 509-735-8369 to request notices.
Apple Valley News Now open positions can be viewed on our website, applevalleynewsnow.com.
San Francisco, Indianapolis, Monday Night Football at 5, Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
All right, welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We have multiple feet of snow to go over the next week or so for our Cascade passes. Here's the reason why. We have multiple storm systems to go just lined up in the Pacific, and it's just going to be one after the other. So for this morning in the Cascades, you see the snowfall not too entirely impressive, light to moderate at times, but you factor in the winds. Definitely seeing those blizzard-like conditions for U.S. Highway 12 and for Interstate 90. I wouldn't want to be on U.S. 97 either. I wouldn't want to be on any of our mountain passes for this morning. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's put this into motion with Futurecast radar. All throughout the day, we're going to continue to have snow showers for the Cascades, and it gets pretty interesting into the wee hours of tomorrow morning. Our next big blast of rain and snow, but throughout the day, snow levels coming up, so that area of blue shrinking. That could be a temporary lift to our passes, but eventually into Thursday evening, you see much more blue as the snow levels start to drop. Again, colder air filtering into the area, so into Friday morning, our passes aren't going to look too hot again. Okay, so here's some of the snowfall totals we're expecting from this morning through 4 p.m. on Saturday. 12 to 28 inches of snow for our primary Cascade passes, then 5 to 14 inches of snow for our primary Blue Mountain passes, which would be I-84 and for Oregon 204. But that just gets us through 4 p.m. on Saturday. We have even more to go after that. 4 p.m. on Saturday through 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Now, this is subject to change, a preliminary forecast, but maybe another 15 to 16 inches of snow for White Pass and for Snoqualmie Pass. So you got to go over the passes over the next week. Chain requirements, pass closures, now they are guaranteed because US 12 is closed as we speak. Okay, here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. Damaging wind gusts possible this morning, then rain likely again into tomorrow. In Yakima, some snow possibly mixing in tomorrow, then maybe a few patches of freezing rain Friday morning. For Ellensburg, high winds Wednesday, then chances for a rain-snow mix Thursday through Monday. Accumulation should be less than an inch. For Hermiston, damaging winds possible this morning, then the forecast stays active and trends colder. And then for Walla Walla, high winds today, leftover breezes tomorrow and Friday, and rain chances that just won't go away. All right, now let's head out to New York City to see what's ahead on Good Morning America.
In this morning's GMA First Look, alleged porch pirate shooting. A man faces charges after 2 teens allegedly attempted to steal a package from his front porch. Rakeem Bradford allegedly shooting the 15 and 16-year-olds who had allegedly planned to steal a package from his front porch.
In Georgia, although you are allowed to protect your property, you are not allowed to use deadly force unless there is either someone breaking into your home or there's a forcible felony that's about to be committed.
An estimated 58 million packages were stolen in the U.S. last year, costing up to $16 billion in losses. And this time of year, as many ship holiday gifts, finds homeowners increasingly worried about their deliveries.
It's a bit violating.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how to keep your holiday deliveries secure. With your GMA First Look, I'm Hannah Battah, ABC News, New York.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. Now I have Skyrizi.
I've got places to go and I'm feeling free. Controlling my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
And now I'm back in the picture. Skyrizi is the only IL-23 inhibitor proven to help achieve remission, meaning few to no symptoms in just 4 weeks for some people. Many were in remission at 12 weeks, at 1 year, and even at 4 years. Plus, Skyrizi is proven to help visibly repair damage of the intestinal lining.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
Now's the time to take control of your Crohn's. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 prescribed biologic in Crohn's disease.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 6:51. It's time for your morning sprint. We start with your national headlines. The Trump administration has added more countries to its list with travel restrictions. Yesterday, President Trump signed a proclamation to fully or partially suspend entry for nationals from 39 countries into the U.S. The previous list included 19 countries. The White House said the listed countries demonstrate, quote, severe deficiencies in screening, vetting, and information sharing. The proclamation also applies to individuals holding Palestinian Authority-issued travel documents.
6:52 in your business headlines. The Trump administration is promising a happy new year for affordability ahead of the president's primetime address tonight. The White House says he'll look back on 2025 and look ahead to 2026. Economists and Fresh Data paint a complicated picture of affordability. A new report shows retail sales were flat between September and October. Another one out yesterday indicates the unemployment rate hit a 4-year high last month. It also shows the economy lost 105,000 jobs in October, gaining 64,000 in November. Tomorrow's Consumer Price Index update will offer some insight into inflation.
In your health headlines, the CDC has adopted new guidance for hepatitis B vaccines for babies. Yesterday, the CDC signed off on the recommendation of the Advisory Committee on Immunization Practices. The agency will now recommend shared decision-making between healthcare providers and mothers who test negative for the virus, instead of recommending babies be given the first vaccine dose at birth. Some health experts say the new approach will create confusion that could have serious consequences. But a member on the agency's vaccine panel noted that the new guidance is intended to give parents the choice. The hepatitis B vaccination had been recommended for all infants in the U.S. since 1991.
6:53, talking hockey in your sports headlines. So the Seattle Kraken losing to the Colorado Avalanche in last night's game. Final score 5-3. Next up for the Kraken, they take on the Calgary Flames tomorrow. Now take a look at the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. For those impacted by the flooding, the Red Cross has opened up an emergency shelter in Richland. It's located at Central Church on Stevens Drive. People can stop by for a hot meal, have a place to rest, or even charge their phone. And they can also get connected with other resources as well. Pets are welcome and they're open 24 hours.
And for those impacted by the local flooding, the Red Cross has opened up an emergency shelter, as we just said, and also turning into health news. Yakima County has reported the first flu-related death of the 2025 season.
Yakima Health District now urging everyone to get their flu shots. Officials say the person who died earlier this month was over 65 years old and had underlying health conditions. While flu activity statewide is still considered minimal, cases in Yakima have been on the rise since early November. Officials recommend the vaccine for anyone older than 6 months.
And the co-founder of the Recovery Cafe Benton is raising funds by taking part in a fighting match. That event is in partnership with the Northwest Kickboxing League. It'll be on December 29th at the Pasco Hapo Center. Doors open at 7 p.m. Event wraps up around 10:30 p.m. And the funding will go directly to the cafe's scholarship program. And the cafe also accepts volunteers daily for anybody looking to lend a helping hand.
And Yakima residents can expect a new feature at one of their parks soon, all thanks to a generous donation of $115,000 at the City Council meeting. Parks and Rec Department now planning to build an outdoor exercise gym in Chesterly Park. It'll have various stationary equipment, and it'll be the first of its kind in Yakima. The project is expected to break ground early spring.
Trending now this morning, the Merriam-Webster Dictionary has chosen their word of the year. And what is it, Jade?
The word is slop.
Slop.
Slop?
Okay.
For real? Okay, well, if you're internet savvy, you may have come across this word before. I feel like I'm respectively internet savvy, and I
think
have
it's a different
not
kind of slop I'm thinking of. Like
seen
nasty food slop.
This.
I'm just glad it's an actual word because I think in the running was 6-7, right? So
that was a different dictionary.
Okay.
Word of the year.
Well, never mind. I take that
That's a different dictionary.
Well, at least this one goes with an actual word. So slop means low quality digital content that gets a lot of looks because it's made by artificial intelligence.
So think of those cheaply made videos or images that take up a lot of people's time, like cats getting pulled over by police officers. I've seen a lot of those videos lately. Some of them look real, though.
Okay, so cats don't drive.
I know that, but some of the videos are very realistic.
They're not
looking.
real. So it's not necessarily a new word. Back in the 1700s, slop usually meant soft mud.
That's what I was thinking.
Or in the 1800s, again, people referring to slop as food waste.
Collins Dictionary chose vibe coding as their word of the year, and Oxford went with rage bait. Again, at least they're
like
words.
AI terms, but I think I'll use vibe coding differently. Wrong. Like, I'm just vibe coding. I'm just vibing.
I'm just over here vibe coding, guys.
The wind is not vibing.
No, it's rage baiting.
There we go. I like what you did there.
Hey, our weather's been really sloppy over these last couple weeks, so
a lot of slop.
Let's go ahead and take a look at all the slop out there this morning. Current wind gusts. Again, these aren't official wind gusts, but it gives you a pretty good idea of what's out there. And man, it is still rocking and rolling across the map, especially up in the Cascades. Blizzard-like conditions for passes. Temperatures, haven't really talked about them a lot for this morning. 40s for lower elevations, 20s and 30s for mountains. The snow, again, it's not too entirely impressive in the Cascades for this morning, but you factor in the winds. That's why we're getting those blizzard-like conditions. And speaking on that, there is that road closure still for US Highway 12 at White Pass, milepost 135 to 188, Packwood to the Oak Creek feeding station due to high winds and trees that are over the roadway. So for today, 40s and 50s for lower elevations. Again, dealing with the winds and more snow for the Cascades over the next week.
A whole lot of slop.
Yes.
So we're just vibe coding.
Yeah, we're fine.
I like the way I'm using it wrong.
Yeah, you're totally crushing it there.
Thank you guys for watching Good Morning Northwest. Find more on our website.
Good Morning America's up next. We'll be back to your local news and weather tonight.
Have a great day, a safe day.
Slop.